Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to another little chat deal, my bobber. And I always have these ideas of like talking about like deep stuff all the time, and I kind of always talk about surface level or like just stuff that normally people talk about. And for one, my foot, like part of my foot, I don't know what it is, the right side, completely done. I was walking. It's one of those things where when I'm walking, it actively is like knife, like on my foot. So that's kind of fun, I guess. I don't know, it's what happens, I guess, when you like do something weird, like I do a little football and stuff like that. And sometimes when you like cut sometimes or like you like twist it or whatever, it will mess it up. So I think I did that. And so now I walk in, like anytime I lift it, I'm like, that's a bit rough. So that's kind of a fun little deal. Also been being consistent with drinking a ton of water, as you can probably see. And so that's been good. It's been a good little time. And yeah, today though, I thought I'd talk about when life takes away lemons. Like there's a whole idea, life gives you lemons, make lemonade, all that stuff. But sometimes life gives you lemons by not giving you the lemons, if that makes any sense. Just, hey, let me cook. But what I've realized is that, okay, sometimes life doesn't need to give you the thing that you think you want for you to get the thing that you actually need. Like sometimes, like let's say you wanted Thai food and there was no Thai food around, so you tried you went to a Vietnamese place and you're like, wait, that actually tastes better than when I had the Thai food before. That's what I'm kind of getting at here, is that life taking away those doors, or in a sense closing doors for you, is a way for it to open better ones. And so life doesn't need to give you lemons to really be giving you lemons, if that makes any sense. We're about to go super dark. So dad died back when, I love to bring it up, but yeah. So 4.5 years ago, that closed the biggest door of my life. That closed a door that I like to call pretty much my world. So my world shut. Okay, so from that point on, 4.5 years, I've not been able to access or go back in that door. That my world, arguably my life from age 0 to 19 is done. It is over. That is a different person essentially at this point. And what I could have done, I could have tried to reconnect, tried my best to open this door, try to like use a hammer, try to use all that stuff. But at a certain point, when a door's closed, when it's done, you just gotta accept that it's done. And what it did though, is it gave me the opportunity to go open other doors. Now, let's say I've opened hundreds, if not thousands of doors, and none of those doors are leading me to the same spot that the other door did. But it's giving me the opportunity to fail a lot. And okay, failure, we talk about a lot. Maybe people don't like to fail. Fear of failure is a big thing. I had a massive fear of failure, still kind of do. But you just need to fail. And you need to fail when it makes you uncomfortable. Like you need to fail and be uncomfortable in the failure in order to grow. Because, okay, let's say you fail, let's say a friendship, relationship, or whatever fails, but it doesn't really affect you, it doesn't really have a thing on you, then it's not really doing anything to you. You're not really losing something. Losing something or trying something and not working, you actively trying, and that's where you kind of have the time to reflect and to change and to think and do different things and to actually activate parts of yourself and do things that you never thought you could, because you have to think outside the box because, oh, I thought this was gonna be the thing. Turns out they completely effed up. And so that's why when it comes to life taking away stuff, the less you gotta have, I feel like there's some quote or something about it, but like when you have less, like, I don't know, like directors or whatever that have had less money to work with or time constraints or whenever you have to do like this, whatever, usually you use different, you kind of go at it, you work at a different level, do different things than you typically would. So you're kind of in a different lane by being constricted. And what it does is when you don't have those opportunities coming, like whatever all the time, sounds crazy, but when you don't have the opportunities like going whatever, and you kind of are in a sense like just trying to cling to anything, that's when you're able to really lock in and establish, okay, what am I really doing? What are the things that really matter to me? What decisions are we making, instead of being kind of spread thin, doing a bunch of stuff that in reality might not matter all that much to you. So I think that when life takes away those lemons, it's giving you some, but kind of just delaying it. It's kind of like, instead of giving you lemons up front, like giving you lemon, it's giving you seeds, like the lemon tree seeds. So you're like, okay, just water it, give it sunlight, give all this stuff. And believe me, it will take time, but it will be even bigger than the trees you have. And instead of just having one lemon, you'll have like a lemon tree with 50 of them, whatever. that's what it kind of feels like. And I believe, have faith, all this stuff. And so I believe that it comes down to trust and all that stuff. And I guess trust is not really necessarily, you don't have to have faith and you don't have to have any of that stuff. But having that trust and wherewithal to think, okay, now this really sucks. And maybe you see people in a similar age, similar vein or whatever, getting those lemons. And you're like, why am I not getting those lemons? Why am I not good enough for this or that? Well, maybe you're getting stuff in another way. Maybe you're getting some seeds that you can sprout and you get a lemon tree that's bigger than any of that stuff in the end, but you just gotta wait. Everyone has their time. Everyone's gotta have their time. You have your time in life where things are going great, things are going awful, things are going average. There's always a timing. Timing in life is important in the good emotions, bad emotions, and every emotion. I don't really think there's really good and bad. I truly started to believe that less and less because you can theoretically think like, okay, sadness, like anger, all that kind of stuff, these are bad emotions. But in a sense, emotions are just a way of like self-regulation. Like, okay, if I'm feeling endorphins or dopamine or whatever, stuff like that, then it's happiness. It's kind of, or like I'm like sad, I don't know what the emotional, like the scientific stuff is for the sadness emotions, but whatever that is, they kind of just help regulate how you kind of go about. Because if you have too much sadness or too much happiness, you're going off the rails. So there's always a place and a need for these emotions, just like there's a timing and place needed for things to be great and things to be bad and things to be whatever. And I think the perspective of looking at it in terms of, okay, this is not bad for me. The stuff I consider bad is good for me because it's allowed me to grow, develop into that tree or whatever, grow that tree. While instead of just taking like slim pickings from your carpenter, instead of just taking the slim pickings that are out here, like developing and growing and doing all that stuff, it's the unfun thing. It's the thing no one wants to do. But if you want to be great at anything, you want to do anything outside of your bounds or outside of your knowledge, it takes doing that. Any great athlete, pretty much any actor, pretty much any great singer, like any great person had to grind, had to go through the process of, oh, no one believed me, or oh, I spent this decade doing this, or I did odd jobs doing this, or oh, the X, Y, and Z did it. There's always, I mean, you hear it all over the time. You hear it like about like NFL players. They're like, oh, came from pretty much nothing. Then I got an opportunity there, and then I ran with it. You're like singers like, oh, I was a busboy, or oh, I was doing this. Like Ryan Reynolds was working at like a Lowe's or something like that, or he was like he worked with like forklifts and stuff before he started acting. Like it's like we don't, because you don't see it, because you're not actively in it. We think there's this perception that they just that's all they've been doing. That's their entire life. And some people get famous young, and that's all they do. Like some kids start out acting like 5, and they act until they're dead. But for the most part, it usually takes a while. Like I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure with a guy like Samuel L. Jackson, he didn't get his acting break until his 40s, and now he's like some big name and all stuff. So you would think that he was always acting. There's a perception, but it really comes down to putting in the work, like watering the seeds, letting it get light. It takes that kind of stuff to really, really develop and grow who you are as a person and live a fulfilling life. Because it's really tough to find fulfillment, find that like passion, find that intersection of those two without going through tough times and allowing those tough times to happen and allowing those tough times to shape you into the person you are, so you can grow, be better, be able to handle more and do more than you ever could have imagined. Because when you take the easy route, when you do whatever, you're not able to get those high. For the moment, it seems like you're doing it, but it's like it takes the like, I don't know if you've ever seen like there's like the charts of like this versus like this, but there's a lot of times if you want to be great, it takes being low. It takes going through the thing, going through grind for that. It just takes that. I mean, I don't know how to. I think exponential chart or whatever. I don't know how that connects to this, but it takes the just consistently just all this stuff, going through and processing emotions, going through and being honest, going through and like failing and messing up. It takes all that kind of stuff in order to get yourself to that place. A lot of people don't want to do it, but I'm telling you, you want to do it. Even though you don't want to do it, you want to do it. You want to be uncomfortable, you want to fail, you want to go through this stuff because of the fact that it's the only really way to really be your best. So might as well be your best while you're here. But yeah, so I encourage anyone out there, hey, not necessarily like fail. Like sometimes you may succeed, sometimes you fail, but allow the failures. Don't like try to like hush off the failures or anything. Don't ignore them. Like allow the failures to happen. Allow them to understand why they happen and learn to grow from it and stuff like that. Because if you never fail, you never can really grow. So you might as well fail and keep trying stuff and doing whatever makes you feel right in the world, and live a life that feels purposeful to the end of to you. That so I don't know. Hopefully this helps anyone. You can subscribe, like all stuff, and see you guys next time. Peace out.